New lyrics. Let's see if this works out. And we have a few new lyrics for our Mimi show. Kisses. Hello, new subscribers. Hello, veterans. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. Kisses to all of you. Mwah. Here we go. It's the Mimi Meghan show. 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 It's the me Meghan show. Oh. The Mimi Meghan show. My computer's doing something really weird. My daughter sits on it and does stupid stuff, and then she's gonna break it, and then I have to get a new one, and then it is what it is. Kisses to all of you. I want to thank some people: Trevor Colts and Paula M, Ron Stewart, I believe that's his name, POV, the Royal Tea, Megan's Mold. I would also like to thank Thomas Markle. And if I'm missing anybody, I do apologize, but I want to thank you guys for helping me build my channel and helping it grow. I really do appreciate it. I got the opportunity, which was really awesome to me. I got the opportunity to talk with Thomas Markle Jr. Of course, I had 1,000 questions for him. And one question that I had for him that I didn't get to answer was the fact that someone answered it, but I wanted to follow up with this. They asked him, will he ever believe that him and his sister, will ever become, sisters and stuff again? I don't know why. Please don't do it again. Please. Anyway, he said yes, he would be willing to. If it comes up one more time, I'm going to have to figure out something. I don't know why it's doing this. There we go. That he said that he would, be willing to forgive his sister, but not with a whole bunch of cameras. She would have to be sincere. And in other words, that's not happening. And the only reason Meghan will apologize or attempt to be friends or cordial with her family, it would have to be a publicity. It would have to have cameras and stuff to show that, oh, they're reuniting. But that is the only way that people will start seeing that she does have a heart. But until then, here we are. But thanks, Thomas Marco, for allowing me to be a part of your show the other day. And I know you're going through a lot with this stupid skit. I call it stupid because people are making a big deal out of it. I didn't see the grotesque or horribleness about the actual post. Actually, he's done worse than that. That one was not the worst skit that people should be complaining about. I saw one before and I was like, whoa. But I think that people are upset because they're exposing her, her baby bump, and, are the kids really hers? And I'm sure they're hers. But my question is, why are they in such a holding place? I really don't know what their ages are anymore. I've lost count. I don't know how old Archie is or Lilibet, because she doesn't allow anyone to see the kids. They're in some type of hiding place. Moving on. I got 2 videos today, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I also wanted to talk about this. I meaning to say this, but we already know that O.J. Simpson died a couple of days ago. Now they're revisiting all the stuff that happened to him and Anna Nicole and Ron. I believe his name is Gibson. I don't want to saying it correctly because he was one of the victims. Um, Watch how all of a sudden, oh yes, he did it all these years later, or something like that. Anyway, I'm just saying that because now they're back to investigating and digging it back up. I don't know why. Anyway, my mom wanted me to. My mom wanted to tell me that Harry is now a United States citizen, and he either is a United States citizen or he no longer is a Brit. Consider himself a British role, a British residency. What does that mean, Harry? That you've given up your country for this Jezebel? Do you see how she like just pulls him along like he's a puppy on a string? Anyway, my title says that Meghan is not a philanthropist. It's not, and I'm going to prove it. Then we're also going to talk about this failing brand, this jam that somebody said looking like raspberry jam, and all of a sudden she's got this garden with she's got this big garden with strawberries and stuff in it, and she's taking it in the house and preserving it. Meghan is not doing that. Then word on the street is that she's not doing it out of her Montecito home. She's doing it out of someone else's kitchen. Why? And I believe that they were an older couple too. I hope you guys don't see that. But why are you not doing it out of your lovely, wonderful home? That's where that's where you did the video. That's where you were showing us, at least I think, with that ball gown looking crazy and them flowers, and then in the kitchen stirring up something like it was mush. She can do what she wants. If she wants to go next door and cook her nutty buddies and her jam, so be it. But it's just weird. The whole concept about her having this brand and this Riviera Orchard and this home friendly environment was to see her in her own element. But of course, we're not. We might accidentally see Archie or Lilibet, and then I asked Thomas Markle Jr. that how did his father feel about not being able to see the kids, and do he ever believe that he will be able to? And he said he's in line and he hasn't given up hope that one day she will allow him to see the kids. I thought that was touching and heartbreaking because he doesn't know. But Meghan wants us to buy her jam. I mean, here's my thing. Why do you want us to do all this stuff for you, promote you, be a fan, buy your jelly, pretend like you're the Queen of England? Why do you want us to do all of that for you? But then you turn around and treat people the way you do. And you can't hide it. I'm going to show you guys. She was somewhere, and I don't know the name of it right off. She was somewhere, and she was supposed to be there for 45 minutes, meeting business owners and stuff like that. And she went through it really fast, lying, talking about it was a security breach. No, Meghan thought she was too good to be there. She didn't want to be around those people. They wasn't. She thinks that they're not classy enough or clean enough or her in her cup of tea. They're not in her Riviera lifestyle. Like she wouldn't be my friend because I don't make enough money and I'm not an A-lister and I'm not an influencer. Would have nothing to offer her. So the only way that she would even come in contact with me is if I'm needy, or as if she feel like she's coming over to pretend like she's going to help me with something like my mental health. Well, Letitia, I can help you with your mental health, but you can't be my friend because you're not classy enough. This is who we're talking about. I don't believe that she has a small platform. The mere fact that she's got two, the mere fact that she's got two celebrities or people that like her is shocking. It's a shocking situation. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring this up. Let me try to do this without mess. I don't know if I can show all of this, so I'll make it bigger when I need to. But this is when she was in Fuji and was going to visit, and they're going to explain it, and then I'm going to talk about my little bit with it. So let's go.
What happened in Fiji, Simon?
Fiji with Meghan. Well, that was really the only big tour it is the only big tour they did before Archie was born. So this was a few months after their wedding in 2018. Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Tonga. It was an epic trip. But in hindsight, now everything makes sense. It sort of was treating us. I don't expect any compared to the Harry that I knew from previous trips. It was quite.
Bear with me, guys. Did you see how she was walking down them steps? Like she was Princess Diana. She switched all the way down them steps. And I'm like, there she go again, not relating to anybody, thinking that she's better than everybody. It's a mess. Meghan's a mess. Like, here comes the Queen of England. No, you're not. You're not even a princess. You're not even a duchess anymore. You're holding on by a thread. Let's continue.
Quite hostile. And certainly no chats, off the record chats. So there was one day in this epic tour that was specifically Meghan's day for women's education, empowerment, entrepreneurs, and I was at the engagement in the market in Suva, which was.
You see this? You see her in this dress and stuff, walking and doing her thing. He said that this was her solo. She was out there solo without Harry, just her and her team. And she's speaking about education. She's speaking to women. She's talking about philanthropy. She's talking about their education. You know, she was supposed to be there to uplift these women and be there for this event. And I'm going to rewind it and let him explain it one more time. And just bear with me.
Women's education, empowerment, entrepreneurs, and I was at the
entrepreneurs empowerment
market in Suva, which was hot, but
and all that kind of good stuff. That's what she was there for. Now, since she's been in the United States, she's been on the stage with Kevin Costner for the I'm sorry, I hear my daughter in the background. For the firefighters and the first responders with Kevin Costner. She went to the Navy SEAL facility that she didn't give and put together. She went to the International Women's Day presentation a couple of weeks ago, looking and talking stupid, talking about herself. Then she was just took pictures with some kids that were sick, and when she was having them, she was signing Polaroid pictures for them, the stupid stuff. Then she goes all the way to this country and disses everyone in the aisle. Everyone that got up that morning and was waiting on Meghan to see her, to see the new princess, to see the new to see the new senior royal, to see Harry's new beautiful wife, to see what she's all about. What does she got? What is she going to offer the Commonwealth and the people? And what does she have to offer? This was her moment. And so every time Meghan gets ready to put the blame on someone else, because that's our favorite thing to do, and whine, she gets ready in her mind to think about, how can I get myself out of this? How can I get myself out from going to England with my husband after I told them that I was going to take the kids? Oh, I know. I can blame it on my security. There's a security breach. And then you're looking at it and you don't see all you see is women next to her in this picture. You don't see her in any danger, any security situation. You don't. And even after this walkabout that she did, they still didn't discuss what had happened while she rushed in and rushed out. She didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be around these people. She didn't want to be around them because she felt like she was better than them. What's this on my face? Yeah, she does. She thinks she's better than her mom's side of the family, her father's side of the family, Harry's family. She thinks that she is above them and they're beneath her. And that's a sad existence for her, because while she's blind and being brainwashed by her own mind, we see it. It's just a disgrace. Why would you go visit these lovely ladies and these lovely people that stood out there for you for hours, and then you get there and don't even spend a few minutes with them? You treat them like, I gotta go. I don't want to do this. But Harry married you. This is what you married, Harry. Oopsie daisy. He gonna break it down.
It wasn't chaos, and there was a clear route for Meghan to take there to meet all of these female businesses that she wanted to meet. And it was supposed to last half an hour, 40 minutes, and it lasted about 15, if that, because at some point as she was meeting people, the whole atmosphere changed in the royal party.
Yeah, it changed because she was there.
Meghan, I believe. And everything went into warp drive. And my cameraman, Rui, was the official British TV cameraman, the pool cameraman.
Look how fake she's
acting.
at.
We've got footage of the press officers sort of pushing him back. You've got to get back. You've got to get back. Everything went into fast forward.
Just fake. Acting like wasn't nothing wrong. But you just said it was a security breach. No, it wasn't no security breach. That was her trying to get the hell out of there. And then she's trying to pretend like everything is fine. But I thought there was a security breach. I thought your life was on the line. She doing the same things that she continues to do. This was the same situation she did in New York City, car chase for 2 hours and catastrophic. It's the same scenario, just a different country, a different atmosphere, but rushing to get out of there. And blaming, she pretty much told everybody that they were there, that they were messing with her security. Like, you guys are up on me and messing with my security. No, Harry messed around and married the wrong woman. That's what happened, and turned himself into a idiot. No, but here's the kicker. She's a philanthropist. She's this mental health worker. She's all about charity. She's all about helping people. You're not helping people. You're running away from people. You are getting out of there as fast as you can because you don't want to be there, and you don't feel like you should have to be. You didn't want to, excuse me, first of all, you never wanted to be there after you married Harry anyway. You were ready to go. You were suicidal after you got married. They bullied you. You were bullied according to yourself while you were pregnant with Archie Lyon. This girl is a nympho, a constant liar, constant liathon, liathon. You're supposed to be this philanthropist. You're supposed to be about people's education. Let's do 40 by 40. What happened to that? No, you just wanted to bring attention to your birthday, that you're turning 40, and why not help these women, get back to work? Well, you had an opportunity to help these women, these business women. You were there for a reason, but you rushed out talking about security issues, like somebody had a bomb on the area, or like somebody had a gun somewhere showing it. No one was after her, and she knew it. She conjured it up when they drove up to the situation, to the scene. She said, "Oh, I'm not staying here. I don't want to be around these people." But she's a philanthropist. But she's some type of mental health counselor and all about advocacy for bullying when she's the bully. She got on that International Women's stage and sat there and pointed the fingers and started whining again and blaming like it wasn't nothing, that she was being bullied while she was pregnant. How do you know you were being bullied, Meghan, if you weren't watching the news or watching the tabloids or watching it? How did you know you were being bullied? Because you were watching it after you told the news people? I don't watch that stuff. I don't watch it. Obviously, you do. She's fake. This is that fake, phony fraud, all about self, that stupid stuff. And the nerve of her to treat her father the way she treats him after the way she treats everybody else. So I guess it was okay for her to mistreat these women after they stood out there waiting on her in the heat. And then she rushed through like, "Oh, I'm not staying here at all." But then when you on stage, sitting with your legs crossed, want to talk about how you were being bullied and lying. You don't want to talk about the report that the Queen hid, is keeping undercover because she protected you. But oh no, no one's protecting me. No one's protecting me. I'm pregnant. I'm the one that needs all the help. No, you that idiot. You had us fooled. You were trying to make us believe that you were really a philanthropist, that you really got it going on. And now you want to sell some jam, some jam, some Mimi jam to people and want us to buy it from you? Why should we buy Mimi jam from you, Meghan, when you treat people with such little disrespect? You're going after your brother, and I think the only reason why you're going after your brother is because he's telling the truth and that you don't want anybody to know that you had a baby bump. And people are starting to listen and wonder and ask questions. So you're trying to shut it down. Oopsie daisy. Lady C, like Thomas Markle said, Lady C opened the bag. Then she also opened the bag about Doria being in jail. And Meghan had to grow up with her father and her sister and her brother. That's my sister. Okay. Let's continue.
Meghan goes in, gets into a car. She walks past all these people who've lined up, all these women who've lined up for hours to tell her about their business.
Hours.
Don't get to meet her. The woman with the gift at the end, just she zooms past. It was really
weird. Disrespectful.
And afterwards, the press officers and staff were spinning it as a security issue. Well, it wasn't. If there had been any sort of security issue, the Scotland Yard detectives wouldn't have allowed the event to start. Health issue, I'm not sure.
With that security BS, he said that they wouldn't even let it start if there was a security issue. So she was lying, like she does. Oh, there's a security breach. Before she got out of the car, she started her shenanigans. I don't want to be here. I'm not getting paid for this. Didn't King Charles pay for that outfit you had on? Didn't he get you to the location? Didn't he give you a per diem where you can eat and do whatever you want to? No, you couldn't. I'm too good for this place. Let's go. Tell them it's a security breach, whatever you're going to have to do, because I want to get out of here. There wasn't a security breach. Like this gentleman said, if there was a security breach, then they would have never even let her get out the car. Her safety is the most important. But since she wants to lie, like she lied on her father and said that he was doing something bad before the wedding. No, he wasn't. You were trying to come up with any little thing to come up with to keep your father from walking you down the aisle, because that was never going to happen. Because number one, you were ashamed. You're ashamed of your family. You're ashamed of your family, but they're ashamed of you. That's the key. She makes a fool out of herself on the stages when she is in the paparazzi mode. She's not a good actress. That fake smile and pretending like she's happy to be at this Fuji place. She wasn't happy to be there. She's plotting and planning to get the hell out of there. Security. That's the same thing she said about those kids, about why they're not going to London for Invictus, because of security. No, they're not going because their mother is you. They're not coming, Meghan, because you are those kids' mother. Oh, stupid.
About that. Was it, one of the stories is that Meghan was unhappy that there was a charity there that she used to be involved with, but wasn't involved with anymore. And that just annoyed her. It was a really weird engagement. That wasn't an engagement, really. And the people who had been prepared for weeks to meet the newest member of the royal family just saw her zoom by.
It's one of the most kind of more infamous kind of royal things they'll ask you.
Yeah.
What did that mean for the tour, though? Because that was a big, long, grueling tour. You're traveling around the world to see these superstars. What did that mean for the tour?
Well, I mean, it was an incredible story, although we didn't know why. I mean, I think we know why now. I think it probably was to do with that charity. I've really felt sorry for the people who wanted to meet her, and at that point Meghan was the superstar, the new superstar of the British royal family, and all they saw was that
her back.
For us, it was a story. For the palace staff, it was a nightmare. I mean, they were very upset. They didn't know what had just happened, and we're trying to spin 5 different versions of what we had all just seen.
I can tell you, Meghan being difficult, Meghan being a diva. Remember when Mariah called her a diva and she tried to pretend like she wasn't a diva? Oh, you a diva. She had a diva moment. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around these people. Like he said, they were scrambling. They didn't know what to do. Everybody's always scrambling around Meghan and trying to figure out, okay, how do we fix this crisis? She is the crisis. If you didn't want to do the Fuji whole program, the whole charity event, then why you agreed to do it in the first place? Why did you agree to do it in the first place? I know why. Because you had to pretend like you were telling the Queen how you were, use me how you want to, Queen Elizabeth. I'm going to hit the ground running. And I told them I was going to be whatever they wanted me to be. But you wasn't. You lied. You lied to the Queen in your notes and writing, trying to make her look at your handwriting like it was the best. I'm going to write really neat for the Queen. I'm going to show her I'm perfect. No. She realized that you're a user, a bully, an unkind person, self-centered, selfish, self-absorbed. No, they had planned that. They had planned it for weeks for her to be there. They were expecting her. The aides were running around, didn't know what to do because Meghan had told them it's a security breach. I want to go home, lying. It wasn't a charity moment because she rushed through that line. All you saw was the back of her head. That's the person that you married, Harry. She disrespect everything about you. And you let her do it. Oh, you're a small individual. No, they had to cut the Fuji event totally off. But let her be on the stage with a mic. Let her get on the stage with a mic talking about, and this one, I love this one over here. Our kids are too young to be on the internet, so I'm not really worried about them getting bullied by anyone. Then she goes on the International Women's Day and says, I was bullied twice with both children. How? People were at your house bullying you? Online bullying. Why are you reading it? Why are you listening to it? Especially if it's not true. It's not being bullied. People are telling the truth about you, and you don't want the people that you're trying to get to buy your jam to know. Yes, I'm all about International Women's Day. But before we get to that, I was bullied twice with both kids. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the CEOs of even this company would allow things like this to happen to me, because it's not all about you. It's not all about Meghan, but she thinks it is. Everything is all about Meghan. When Catherine got sick and announced her sickness, Meghan waited 2 days and came back out with her jam, the Mimi jam. She doesn't care. And that note that they sent about get well soon, Catherine, is too late. It was weeks too late. They had already said that Catherine was going in for an operation. So my thing is that why didn't she put out a statement then and saying, I hope that the operation goes well? I know why, because she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't feel anything. Meghan doesn't love and care and feel. Because if she did, she would have realized at this Fuji event, don't mistreat these people because you're ignorant. Go in there. If you're going to pretend, do it right. No, she couldn't even do that. Thomas Markle, Samantha, and her brother are not rich. And Meghan's running around with millions. Her father had to have a GoFundMe page. How about this, Meghan? Why don't you pay him back for all the money that he put into your school? Your school. When you went to school and all those schools and lied and said you put yourself through them? No, why don't you pay your father back for that? Maybe he can pay his medical bills then. And why don't you let your egghead of a husband take Archie over there to see his grandfather? And don't start with that stupid stuff. The security. No, that's just your clutch. That's your security blanket to let everybody know that if anything goes wrong, it's because of security. What happened in New York City when the police officers told her to get somewhere and sit down? Because that's what they did. The mayor the next day was like, no, Meghan was just out there acting stupid and playing shenanigans again. And so no one was after her for 2 hours in Manhattan. You already know that's that stupid stuff. But let's stop what everybody is doing and let's see what's going on with the whine-a-thons and the blame-a-thons. She blamed this visit on security. She blames everything on something. Spotify, it was their fault. When Netflix get through with her, they're going to have a fallout. Lemon, I don't know what's going on with Lemonado. Just like she told the queen she was going to hit the ground running. No, you wasn't. That's why the queen found you out and called you evil, and she did. And said, oh, there it is again. She's blaming. She blamed the queen and King Charles and Catherine and William that they knew that they wanted to leave and Mexit. It wasn't their fault that they put out that stupid line of a statement, privacy. That's why I don't understand why Thomas Markle's skit was apparently so bad. But South Park can get on there and just go in, call them lazy grifters pretty much, talked about Harry's Todger. Oh, and let's go further. The CEO of Spotify called them grifters. And Thomas Markle pretended he was pregnant with a wig. And all of a sudden, all hell has broke loose. I'm for you, Tom. I'm rooting for you because I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. What's going on right now, if you guys haven't noticed, is that Meghan is being teased, talked about, and she's a big joke. They're laughing at her.
And it sort of torpedoed her own day in the diary. You know, that was specifically the Women's Education Empowerment Day. So with hindsight, was that, you know, does everything now make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And
it was Women's Empowering Day. If you go on Meghan's website and you listen to half that stuff in her biography, it'll blow your mind. It's totally different from what this man is saying. If you watched her website and her biography and how wonderful she is and how she's the Queen of England, when I got through reading that, how she was this philanthropist and, you know, all about education and all about helping humanity and friendships and community. And then she walks right past these women like there ain't nothing. But she's on stage acting like she's some type of influencer. Who in the hell is she influencing? Tell me. Who is influenced? The Sussex Squad? That don't count. That's a cult. So that doesn't count. This stuff right here lets me know that she's a fake. She's a fraud. She is not authentic. She is not real. She is not about helping people. She is about helping herself. Look at me. Look at me. 40 for 40. Look at me. Mental health. Look at me on the stage. Bully. Oh, also Women's International Women's Day. She didn't give homage to any women. Not her mother. She didn't say, my mom has been an inspiration to me. None of the women was up there talking about nothing. It's like, what kind of questions is these? They were strategic questions to make them feel good about themselves. Because once again, Meghan had that stupid commercial about washing dishes up there once again. He is saying, now we see. Now we get it. Now we understand who she is because of how she acted in Fuji. He said, oh, now we know. Now we understand. She's a narcissistic person. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. No one in her circle is loved. And it's her way or no way. That's why her brand can't get off the ground. That's why Netflix has failed. Spotify, Lemonado, Meet Me by the Lake. Because she won't get her hand out of the cookie jar. Get your hand out of the cookie jar and let the people that are experts in them. She's an executive producer over this jam that she's cooking. I guess she got a machine that she goes around in the backyard and picks all the cherries. strawberries to get them ready for the jam. It's the Mimi Show. 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 Yeah.
And was that, Meghan's, behavior on that day, was that, a true reflection? It didn't look good. It was not what a royal visit's all about. And you don't see. I never saw the Queen do that. You couldn't imagine.
You must have had happier royal stories then. There must be happier times or trips abroad that you've been with the royals that you've had.
Okay, guys, I know it's 40 minutes in. Let's shut this one down and do one more. And let me know if I'm not supposed to be showing these clips and stuff, because I don't want to get kicked off. I just almost got to 6,000. I'll see you in a sec.